Oh wait, hold on. For YouTube video? For the YouTube video? Oh my god. I'll go ahead.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my Boschers. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode on The Avenues. Got your main host right here.
Jeremiah and wait, hold on. Boschers? Where's that from? Hold on.
Bro, I came up with that like last week. I don't know.
Alright, there you go. Hey, what's up, guys? It is your main host, Jeremiah. What it do? What it do? Welcome, podcast people. Welcome, YouTube people. We're so excited for this episode. And as Kevin introduced himself, this is Kevin Bosch, my host, aka KB, aka El Cubano. Look, at the time you're hearing this episode, a lot has happened in the last week, especially on January 13th, on Wednesday. Things from DC and Brooklyn all the way to the south of the border, even to Calabasas, man. We're going to cover the whole country in this episode. We have a lot of content for you guys, so ride with us. What up, podcast people? What's up, YouTube people? Welcome back to the Avenue Show, where you pick your own lane. I'm your host, Jeremiah, and my co-host here today is
The one and only Kevin Bosch.
And guys, we got a lot to unravel today. You guys are probably going to hear this sometime next week, but today on January 13th, a lot has happened, and I think it's a very historic day. Starting from DC and Brooklyn, we're going to talk about that. South of the border of Texas, a lot happened there too. And Calabasas. I mean, we got a lot to cover the whole country, so ride with us. I think to start off this episode, I think we should talk about what happened on January 6, 2021. I know it's maybe not one of your favorite day to talk about, but I think it's important that we mention it because obviously, first off, I want to say what happened in DC was not a statement of peace, but more of a sign of anarchy. Something that we don't want in this country because coming in 2021, we wanted change. We wanted, this whole thing to turn around. Not this country, but the world, especially what happened, things that happened in 2020, what transpired. But like I said, that was not a statement of peace that happened in DC last week. It was more of anarchy, and I do not approve of that. And I pray that inauguration day that this not happen again. Just to recap what happened led up to that. There were 2 seats at the Senate House, and they had to be filled in order to accommodate for the presidency, the Biden administration. So at the time, it was Republican dominated. So Georgia was the last state to have their elections. So Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, if you guys don't know who those are, look them up. They are the last 2 Democratic senators to represent the state. So as of today, they're actually a blue state, believe it or not. Georgia used to be a red state back in the day. They actually were in favor of Trump and other candidates back in the day, but now it's trending towards blue. And obviously, with Raphael and John being the last 2 Democrat senators in the Senate, it really didn't bode well with a lot of Trump supporters, MAGA supporters, whatever you want to call them. And they literally stormed. They even flew out there on their private jets just to go for this rally, but which turned into a riot. And people can twist Trump's speech whatever they want, but Trump really did light something under them, and it really led to this. And people died. There were a lot of casualties. A lot of injuries. People are going to get arrested. I mean, the FBI is going to look for them, bro. But Kevin, what are your initial reactions to this riot?
Well, America definitely experienced something that I don't think we've ever witnessed in American history.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a raid at the Capitol. But with that being said, on January 6th, I mean, history was recorded, and we witnessed how people just, charged into a prized, possession of, the government.
Yeah.
Being the Capitol.
Right.
So for me, it's just it was just insane, how easily these people, I guess a majority were Republicans, right, or Trump supporters, just barged in and just stole a couple things, try to get into secret services areas, whatever, within the Capitol.
Yeah.
But what's interesting? I actually found out that apparently the National Guard is trying to better prepare themselves for the inauguration that's coming up, which is the 20th, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And they're going to send out about 10,000 troops to be on guard during the inauguration, just in case if there is going to be a World War III. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy what's happening.
Yeah, I just want to hop in on that. Obviously, with inauguration day, we don't know what's going to happen because, once you probably hear this, you probably will find out something crazy about inauguration. Hopefully, like I said, knock on wood, that nothing else would happen to Biden or the administration coming into this. Because actually, Kevin, my mom mentioned this too. So, and we're gonna mention this later on in the show, but Trump won't be attending the inauguration day. It's gonna be Pence in his place. And if you guys know why, like I said, we'll explain later on in the show, but there was no chance that Trump would even show up to inauguration day. Because if you guys remember, back in 2017, the Obamas actually were being formal about it and welcoming the Trumps. But this time around, it seems like the tables have turned for sure. And yeah, I don't expect Trump to be there. And I think Pence will take his place and, welcome that new administration.
You know what's crazy is that, obviously we hear a lot of bad things about Trump and stuff like that. But one thing I do have to, I guess, praise him on the fact that he actually kept his promise. Not too long ago, I think maybe a few days ago, it was announced that Trump actually built the wall. He kept his promise, and it was just insane. Now, obviously, we talk about whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, me as a Hispanic, I have nothing against. I have a lot of empathy towards the Mexicans over there that are trying to come to America and have a better opportunity of a better lifestyle here in America. But there also can be a negative aspect of that.
Yeah, I think a lot of negatives that can come with that is just not having opportunity for the people in that country, right, in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they want to come here for more opportunity, and obviously if you build a border, it's not gonna give them a chance. But keep in mind, it's just one state that has a border, and it happens to be Texas. And a lot of the county representatives, who happen to be Democratic, by the way, they obviously were opposing this. So who knows if that border will be, closed down by the time Biden's in. And keep in mind too that the government only partially funded this project. Everything came from Trump's funds.
But here's the thing, with Trump building the wall, obviously the pros, there's pros and cons to this, right? So obviously, like I was saying before, we're trying to obviously limit population control. One of the things that obviously Trump was kind of, what I thought that he was aiming towards with this wall is controlling overpopulation. There was actually an article that states that by 2060, there's going to be in about 40 years, there's going to be over 400 million people living in America. And now you could be asking yourself, well, there's probably a lot of land and stuff like that for a lot of people to be living here. However, there's not going to be a lot of resources. So we're going to have to obviously provide for more people if we get overpopulated. So less resources. There can also be some pollution. There are a lot of maybe less species, just more overcrowding locations. So there's a lot of things that can go on with this, but definitely Trump building that wall. Well, let's just see what happens. Mexicans, they're tough, so they might even have to, jump over the wall and risk their lives.
I mean, you have to go through the Coastal Guard too, right? So they have an important job. Hopefully they can hold up their bargain. But just going off that, I feel like, even more breaking news with Trump too. I feel like the hate for Trump doesn't stop. Like I told you, January 13th, the day we're recording this, has been a very historic day for a lot of us. And for the second time in his term, Trump got impeached. And who would have thought, man?
My boy Donnie!
And it's crazy too, because 10 Republicans in the Senate actually did vote yes to impeach this guy. So, and then we saw Nancy Pelosi sign the papers on live TV. So it's official. And like I said, he won't be at inauguration. And I don't really see the point of them, impeaching Trump, because here's the thing. So the trial doesn't really start until after inauguration. So it probably will start sometime on Thursday or Friday by the time you're hearing this. So at least that week of inauguration, because they can only rule this on January 19th, right? So that Tuesday, but the inauguration's on Wednesday. So I guess they need some kind of a little bit of time just to, make that, impeachment official. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like, why are we, impeaching him when we're already about to have the inauguration and Biden's gonna, obviously be president.
Yeah.
But speaking on Biden, what do you think about Biden? Do you have high expectations on him? Do you, I want to hear from you, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm not chuckling because I like Biden like that. But look, I'll say this: I think the party really didn't choose the right candidate. Biden wasn't my first choice personally, but I feel like it's something in the right direction. I would feel they have a lot of pressure for sure. I think no matter what happens in the next few weeks, everything around the Biden administration will somehow come back to the Trump administration. That's how memorable. I guess that's how memorable the Trump administration was for the past 4 years. As far as like Biden and Kamala go, as a brown man, I feel like Kamala isn't like the auntie that a lot of brown people will say, like Mamala or whatever her kids call her. Yeah, so I definitely am keeping my eye on her. I keep an eye on all my brown heroes for sure. So I think as far as administration, I think they have a lot to do as far as COVID goes, police brutality, other social issues, environmental issues, and yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out for the next 4 years.
Yeah, in my opinion, obviously Biden being a Democrat, I think he can bring a lot of change within society. A lot of people, I heard a lot of people and a lot of rumors saying that he's going to basically screw up the economy. Apparently, Joe Biden wanted to shut the world, wanted to shut down America for about the country for what 4 to 6 months. And and obviously, like, what are people going to do? Just stay home all day? Like, there's people that want to be productive. They want to go work, and obviously they they don't care about getting sick. They just want to provide for their family. We'll see how that goes. But also, in my case, I feel like he might help out a lot of immigrants. He might help out within, obviously, what we hear in today's world with Black Lives Matter, the movement, and also with maybe LGBT. There's a lot of things that, as a Democrat, I feel like Biden can obviously help out in that. But we'll just see if he is actually going to, keep his promise.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing about Kamala. For people who think that Kamala is a better VP than Mike Pence, or maybe even better candidate than Donald Trump, period. Kamala does definitely have her faults, like I said. I'm not saying like she's imperfect in a way, but when she was a senator in California, or attorney in California, excuse me, she actually
oh, that's right.
What do you call it?
She sent back immigrants, right? Or she locked up immigrants?
She wrongly accused minorities specifically. That's what people were figuring when. That's what people flagged her for. So Tulsi Gabbard, I don't know if you guys know who she was. She was a Democrat nominee during that time. She definitely called out Kamala on that. So Kamala is definitely not good friends with Tulsi Gabbard. So, but other than that, that definitely does follow her throughout her whole thing. And people do question her ranking as far as where she came from, at least going from attorney to now VP. So there's definitely a lot of questions around the party, around administration. But at the end of the day, I think it's a fresh start, it's a fresh slate, and I think we hope for the best, for sure.
Whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're left or right, whether you're on one side of the spectrum or on the other, we all can have disagreements. We can all have disputes, and obviously we can agree to disagree. However, there obviously comes to a point where we have to look more profound into these things, and we need to really consider that at the end of the day, we're human, and we might have different ideologies, we might have different religions, we might have different perspectives in life. But at the end of the day, we need to truly just get together, bring equality, let people understand one another in order for us to really grow as a country.
Please clap.
I just want to let you guys know that we're not that knowledgeable in politics. Whatever we say is just our opinion, and we believe that. And whatever you guys say, you're entitled to your own opinion. You hear it all the time, but you really are if you think about it. And honestly, I encourage you guys to do your own research and care about your locals too. As much as the national level matters, you also voted for your local and your state officials. So learn more about them if you guys did vote. If you guys, aren't voting, or if you guys are able to vote in the next 4 years, then get to know your officials, get to know what they're doing, what policies they're enacting in your state, your country, and all that. So,
obviously, we've been talking a lot about politics and how, our expectations on Biden and Kamala. However, they might be a dynamic duo, but who else is actually suffering right now as a team? That's right, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Bro, you talk about Kim and Kanye, oh my goodness. A marriage that lasted 7 years, Kevin. 7 years.
7 years.
A lot, definitely memorable marriage for sure. Obviously, it's a Kardashian, so a lot has definitely happened with Kanye. He's definitely changed the person. But I mean, first off record, what's your reaction to Kanye and Kim, or even care about Kanye and Kim as a couple?
Look, man, obviously, Kanye, he was definitely very popular, obviously, within the hip hop rap industry. And Kim Kardashian, well, she obviously had her little, celebrity show and whatever, and built on her brand, right? The Kardashians. But I don't give a damn about this couple, to be honest. I mean, I wish them the best, but what I really want to do now is really focus more on who has the fault in this relationship. Like, obviously, we hear a lot about Kanye, we hear a lot about Kim. Let's break it down.
Yeah, well, first off, I think we should address what happened with Kanye last year. I feel like a lot of the headlines regarding this marriage was around Kanye. If you guys forgot, Kanye ran for president in 2020. When Kanye wins, it's your birthday. Yes, so he ran an independent party called The Birthday Party. And believe it or not, it actually got votes around the country. It got 60,000 votes.
60,000?
60,000.
60,000.
And my cousin, who's probably listening, and my cousin from Tennessee, you should know this. Your state had 1,000 of your people vote for Kanye.
Really?
Yes. And he knows it too. If you listen to this, you know that his state voted for Kanye.
Crazy, bro.
But yeah, obviously that campaign went to shambles. No one was behind him, not even his wife, And obviously Kim was against Kanye going for it because we also know like Kanye's definitely not one of the most, definitely is like one of the most unstable people, at least mentally and emotionally. He was, diagnosed with bipolar disorder back in 2013, 2014. It's just been really downhill for him too. And just the fact that what happened to him in 2020 and, him just changing his demeanor really, rubbed Kim the wrong way, really rubbed the Kardashian family the wrong way.
Yeah, what I think is really interesting about Kanye, as a Christian myself, I heard a lot about him, moving on or moving into this, I guess, Christian lifestyle. Yeah. We've heard a lot about him, obviously devoting his life to Christ, just trying to be a better person. And obviously, he got fame out of it. He started preaching. He started having his Sunday services. He started to make gospel-like music, mixing in with a little bit of his rap and hip hop. So, I really, I found that really interesting. However, was he really doing it for the right reasons? Because low key, I felt like, as a Christian, sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves. Sometimes some Christians, we can be very judgmental, very harsh, maybe close-minded. Well, I don't know, man. Kanye, maybe him transitioning from becoming a Christian or, well, a little bit about that, right, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I mean, I want to get more into Kanye because I like Kanye as a musician, as an artist, because I never thought he would go back into this lifestyle, this Christian lifestyle, because Kevin, I don't know if you knew, he actually grew up in the church. He was very devoted
right.
as a younger kid. But obviously when he got fame, when he got clout, he became a personality in the world. Like, obviously that lifestyle went away. He got more into the rap. He got more into the money. He got into the woman. All of that. I think, obviously, like later on in his lifetime, he realized, obviously in 2019, he had that whole turnaround. I mean, we saw him at Joel Osteen's church. A lot of other things happened too in that year. He dropped Jesus is King. He's dropping Jesus is King Part 2. I don't know what's going to happen. Pending this marriage, pending everything else in his life, his brand and whatnot. Look, yeah, I'm also a Christian too. I also see it as, well, first off, like Kanye is definitely one of the most concrete people in the world. Let's keep it above, let's keep it being. He's one of the most concrete people in the world. There's things he'll say that might make sense. There's things that he'll say that won't make sense. And obviously, I think a lot of things happening in Kanye's life has been more bad than good. So, is this lifestyle legit? I don't know. I think it's just based on the Miami thing. I'll explain more about it, but what were you going to say, Kevin?
Well, obviously I didn't want to sound very, criticize him that much.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't know him personally. No, I'm happy that he's chosen that lifestyle. We just hope that he obviously can get that mental help that he really needs. Because obviously going off of what you said, being bipolar and stuff like that, well, maybe that's what really affected their relationship. But we can't always just put the focus on Kanye. We also have to look at the other party, which is
Kimye. Well, actually, I never got too deep into Kimye. I see Kevin is outlaying her body right now. But Kevin, do you feel like Kim is more to blame in this divorce, or do you feel like it's still Kanye?
Well, I don't know too much about Kim, to be honest. I don't really know too much. I haven't really looked into her lifestyle, who she is as a person.
Yeah.
But something that really called my attention is just the fact that the way she perceives herself to the public has influenced the lives of many people, especially within social media. And one of the things that calls my attention is the fact that I feel like she's one of the first women to praise that hourglass figure of a woman. Big boobs, big butt. However, she obviously had plastic surgery.
It's all plastic.
And everything is, it's fake, obviously. So, and what I was trying to go with this is that a lot of people see that, especially men or women, and they think that maybe this is what a woman should look like. This is what a woman should be perceived as if it's considered beauty. And for men, obviously, being as thirsty as we are, they're probably going to look at Kim and think, man, this is the type of woman that I want to be with. So I don't know, Jeremiah, what would you say about that?
Yeah, I'm not very interested in the Kardashian family as well, just because, no, it's just like, they're obviously a very well-known family, but they're also a very notorious family, right? Just because they have a lot of personality, they have a lot of money, a lot of clout, they have, developed their brand really well. And Kevin, I would say Kim has never been, like, a very modest woman. Mm-hmm. Like, she definitely does put herself out there, especially even before, like, Kanye, she was a kiss-on phrase for a while, that didn't last long. That's a pretty forgettable marriage, but yeah, I think a lot of her success came from her family. A lot of it was heritage, and yeah, I don't really see Kim as a very good influence for a lot of young people, young women, or even young men.
And speaking about influence, look, I was talking about how a lot of men or women could see her body and her figure and see something like, man, that's what I want to get to, right? However, some people take these things to an extreme. One of the biggest things that happened in 2020 was the starting of the company OnlyFans.
Well, it wasn't like the starting; it was more of like the boom of OnlyFans. Because OnlyFans was originally like something that content creators, like YouTubers, would do just to release like extra stuff, like more behind the scenes. But Kevin, were you going to say something else about OnlyFans?
Yeah, man. What I was going to say is basically OnlyFans has, obviously it's transformed into more of a platform for sex workers. Every time somebody says OnlyFans, all I can think about is, obviously women or men just showing off their bodies in a very sexual manner. And so for me, obviously I see, I've never been on the app, God forbid, but definitely I can see how, there's women out there or men that are trying, especially women. I think it's more women. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's definitely more dominated towards women because a lot of the OnlyFans like users, they have a lot of young kids actually.
Dude, it's because women got the booty, they got the tatas, and so what do guys have? Abs? Come on, now get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because like there are kids out there, like kids that they'll take their like parents' debit cards or credit cards, whatever, and they'll pay to see like stuff they don't see on the internet.
That, my friend, is called a simp.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of simps on OnlyFans, believe it or not. The users at least, not the people that, make the content or whatever.
Right, so you have this dilemma where obviously, obviously on social media, right, Kim Kardashian, right, or maybe just other artists like for instance Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is also one of those people that you think, holy crap, big booty, big tatas, right? But what happens is instead of posting it on social media, a lot of people have realized that they can make money out of their of their figure, of their body. So that's why we have now a lot of women have inclined to going to OnlyFans and just basically just showing off everything that they have. It's not even private anymore. People are just,
Yeah. We're living in a world where privacy is really, like, you don't have privacy in you. Like, once you're on the internet, like, you have some presence on the internet. Wherever it happens on the internet, it doesn't go away. So I think people don't realize that.
Yeah, man. So obviously it's social media has a lot to do with that, right? So it's like, you do it for fun, but then if you can make money out of it, then you go chase the bag, right?
I know, yeah.
But speaking about social media, there's actually another headline that we need to cover, and it's actually, pretty disappointing.
Are you talking about another TikTok star, I'm assuming?
Oh, no, TikTok again.
Yo, Kevin, where you going, bro?
No, hell no, bro. I ain't talking about no TikTok star anymore, bro.
Wait, what?
I'm done with this, man. I don't even keep talking about TikToks, man. I don't give a
Alright, guys, so Kevin took a mental break right now, so I'm trying to be my second co-host, Leo. You want to say hi? Leo says hi.
What the hell? You're replacing me with the dog? What the hell is this?
Bro, you're talking about TikTok, bro.
No, hell no, bro, man. Get out of here. What the heck's wrong with you? You want to go?
Okay, buddy, we'll talk about TikTok in just 1 second, but I just want to wrap up the Kim-Kanye saga. Look, Kevin, before we get into more social media shenanigans, I think to wrap up the Kim-Kanye saga, dude, these children are definitely under a lot of pressure because, I don't know if you knew this, but in California, there's a ruling where if a couple wants to file a divorce, one party has to give their permission to allow ownership of the kids to the other party. So Kim could honestly take all 4 kids with her to the Calabasas, mansion, and then Kanye could be alone on the Wyoming ranch. So I don't know what your reaction to that is, Kevin.
Obviously it really sucks, like kids are just brought into the situation, right? They're just brought into the world, and basically parents have so much responsibility with these kids. Me studying, obviously, counseling, psychology, you hear a lot about how kids are just building neglect simply because there's not a parent in their lives. You see how, obviously, a divorce, you have one father over here, one mother over here, and it's just very complicated, you know what I mean? It's very sad, but hey, we just gotta wish them the best, right?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, for those who are Kim fans, she's gonna get a big prenup. But enough with Kim and Kanye for a minute. I did mention TikTok, and actually you did mention, Kevin, about how parents have a lot of responsibilities among their kids, right? But what about these TikTok kids, bro? Where are the parents at when it comes to these things? Okay, first off, tell me if this makes sense. And I'm going to talk about this, another headline involving a lot of TikTok stars. So the D'Amelio sisters, Dixie, Charlie, Dixie's boyfriend, Noah Beck, some other former Hype House members and other TikTok influencers within that whole circle or whatever. They went on a Bahamas trip during the holidays, and guess why they went? Yes.
I don't even want to know.
It was for mental health reasons. We talking about TikTok right now? We talking about Bahamas? Wait, no mask, right? They went together as a group, and they went for mental health reasons. It speaks for itself. Come on.
Look, man, I got nothing like truly against TikTok, celebrities or whatever they are.
Really?
I really don't have anything against them. That's what the price of fame comes with. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, they went out on vacation. They were just trying to have, a great time, whatever. But because they're famous, the spotlight is always on them. If they weren't famous, if you and me were to go on vacation, you know what I mean, and we're over here in the Bahamas and we're butt-ass naked, nobody would be, nobody would say anything because it's just like, oh, whatever, nobody knows us, right? Not yet, though. But still, Noah Beck, very popular guy, right? Charlie D'Amelio, I mean, hello, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people are getting fame and popularity. Mm-hmm. However, like I said, these people need to watch out with what they do because some people are going to get triggered and it's going to be all over, the news, right? All over social media. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. They had it coming.
And it's crazy too because we do tend to cancel a lot of these young people. Like they're 19, 20, 21. They're around our age. And yet, like what Kevin said, if we were going on a trip right now and do the same thing they're doing, we wouldn't get flagged or get canceled unless we post that on the internet or whatever. But I've seen people traveling during the holidays. I've seen people going to like Colorado, Houston, or wherever else in the country. I don't be a stickler and be like, hey man, you should be wearing a mask. You should be doing these things. I'm like, yo, you know the price. You know what's going to happen. And, take precaution. But whatever happens, that's your expense. The fact that we give so much hate towards these young kids gives us less hate towards us, like ordinary people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. If anything, this should be a lesson to be taught, to be learned for them, right? To know that obviously that spotlight's always going to be on them, and whatever they say, whatever they do, people are either going to be agreeing with them or they're going to disagree with them. Obviously, it's going to be, they're going to be praised or it's going to bring a lot of hate. However, with that being said, with clout comes great consequences in a way. Obviously, you're over here trying to be, famous. Obviously, let's say you start, let's say, look, I don't have a TikTok, but let's say I start a TikTok account. And obviously, I'm probably not going to get any followers. Probably my dog is going to follow me, my grandma, whatever. And then, once I get maybe like 5 subscribers or whatever, I make content and then other people can see it. But then here's the thing. That dopamine that's built inside of us every time we get maybe a text message from somebody or we get a like on a post or whatever, what happens is that is the only thing that's going to drive us to be even more popular, famous, or whatnot.
Yeah, and I was also say, like, Kevin, I don't know if this is true for you, but I feel like when other people get on camera or on Snapchat, they always want to be fronted. They're always like, they have different realities when it comes to social media, when it comes to like real life. Like, let's say, like, I don't want to come off as like, whatever I say on social media, whatever I say, on here, to be honest, and whatever I say on, in real life, I want that to be like applicable. I want it to be like my actual opinion. I don't want to fake it for you guys. And honestly, that's why I tell Kevin too, like, whatever we say on here, like, we mean it. We actually do mean what we say. We live by that. We don't just say just because, people in the comments are saying, people on Twitter are saying it. Like, we actually live by that. We actually do have concrete reasoning for living by our lifestyles. And I think people, when it comes to the camera, like, they do have some kind of a different persona,
So with that being said, don't focus too much on the numbers aspect. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the internet for just, for getting information, news resources, your resources. Focus more on just maybe you have some family members and obviously you can't connect with them. So the internet is there, to use that platform.
Yeah.
I have family members in Cuba, Peru, in Italy because of my girlfriend. So, obviously I just post just so they can at least see that. I don't care about the numbers because if you focus too much on that, you're gonna lose yourself. And honestly, these kids right here, I mean, what are they gonna do later on when they grow up? Yeah. Honestly, right? Well, what would you say?
Yeah, people think that TikTok is helping these kids. Find some kind of. People think TikTok is actually helping these kids find some kind of creativity out of it. And look, like with TikTok, it's obviously a trend. I don't think it'll last as long as people think it will, especially in 2021 and beyond. Like I said, I don't feel like there's a lot of things they do. I even mentioned this last episode. Like, they don't have a certain skill set. They don't have like things they could do to rely on it. Also, kind of like
they just dance and stuff, right?
They just dance. They follow the trend. Also, like, a lot of these kids had a chance at college, dude. Like, kids our age had a chance at college, and they chose this lifestyle. So, and obviously when Vine died, a lot of them actually went to YouTube. A lot of them, started doing movies, all the things. Oh,
yeah. Vine to YouTube. Yeah, dude. I know what you mean. It's going to be the same thing with TikTok. They're going to transition from this to YouTube, and then now YouTube is their lifestyle. Because YouTube is the GOAT.
And speaking of YouTube, I think just to wrap up this episode, if you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to smash the like button. Be sure to follow us on our socials, link in the description. And be sure to share this with your friends. We're trying to get this YouTube channel to grow. And like I said, you guys, this is a open space for us to hear you guys out. We want to hear you guys out. See what you guys think about what's happening in the world, what we talked about today. You can agree with us, disagree with us. At the end of the day, we just want you guys to be engaged with not just us, but with each other, and to continue to have these conversations and, be better people and continue to bring change to this world. So you have any last words, Kevin?
Hey, we got a lot more content coming, so stay tuned. If you want to be if you want to be on the show, just reach out to us. On all the socials. We got Instagram, we got Snapchat, we got MySpace. You already know, man. Just follow us. We got YouTube now, baby. You already know. This is what you guys have been asking for.
Yes.
A lot of people wanted to see our reactions. They wanted to see our faces. Well, we're bringing the content to you, so you better subscribe. Hit the like button, notification bell, whatever it is. I don't give a damn. Just follow us and make sure you keep up with all the content that we're going to be releasing. And Jeremiah, last but not least,
thanks for having us on The Avenue.